What's going on, Jerome's? 6 years ago today, the Minneapolis Miracle went down. Also, it's funny with the expansion of the schedule that things just get pushed back. Like, back in the day when when the NFL had a 14-game schedule, all of a sudden, like week 17, you're seeing like, hey, this time years ago there was in the AFC Championship game. It's weird, man, but it's easily the most iconic single play in Vikings franchise history, and I know it's going to happen. We're going to call it the greatest moment in team history, and then Packers fans will be like, "Oh, yeah, because you're not don't have any Super Bowls." Yeah, I don't know why the Packers fans are all German. Well, there's a lot of German heritage in Wisconsin, but it does not matter. But the Minneapolis Miracle, so Keenum, Diggs, sideline touchdown, the season was slipping away. 2017, that was a really fun year, but the Vikings as a 2 seed, opening up in the division round, bringing in the stupid-ass Saints, and the Vikings blew a 17-point lead, and they needed a miracle at the end, and that's exactly what they got. That was really Stephon Diggs' breakout moment. He kind of went Hollywood after that. And then got himself traded to Buffalo. Then we got Justin Jefferson, so sometimes things do work out. And, of course, that was the high watermark of Case Keenum. I mean, it was a fun year overall with Case Keenum, where, remember, Sam Bradford was a bad dude. Week 1, he was dropping dimes all over the place. But then you had the injury, and then Keenum came in, and, I mean, Keenum had a miracle run. It really was a magic carpet ride, and you felt good for him, right? And the whole moment was fantastic. Plus, you go back and watch NFL films, and the reactions on the sidelines are great. Like, Everson is just like, WTF, and Linval's over there just giving him a big hug. It's really cool to see, man. But here's what's frustrating. So we know what happened after this game. We remember 38-7 with a home Super Bowl on the line and a very beatable Patriots team that year, which the Eagles ultimately did win in our stadium. But all right, so the Vikings had a 17-point halftime lead. 17 points. 17-0 at halftime. And the Vikings let the Saints creep on back. And then eventually the Saints had the lead at the end before the Vikings had to miracle their ass. But, players talked about it. Like, I remember Anthony Barr specifically said that it took a while for them to really calm down and get down to business for the Eagles game. And you could say, well, that's on them being pros and blah, blah, blah. But emotional hangovers are real. I mean, people are they're human, and that's what happens. And if you win in dramatic fashion, it will carry over. Where, say the Vikings stood on business and they ended up winning this game, I don't know, like 30-10. They hold on. Then all of a sudden it's like, hey, it's just another game. It's just another win. You feel good about it, sure, but it's not the emotional drain and distraction that this was. And I think that it was a very big reason why the Vikings got boat raced 38-7 in Philly with a home Super Bowl on the line, no call, no show. Although, hey, that first scripted drive with the Rudolph touchdown, you're like, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. Shoot, man. But hey, again, it doesn't take away from the greatness of this singular moment, and it was awesome. Plus, watching all the camera angles, especially down on the sidelines, where after Diggs catches, because I remember where I was, because we were here in the studio. I might have been at our previous house, but I was sort of resigned to things, and I was getting things ready, show notes and all that stuff, because I actually had notes back then. And I remember I had the TV on, but it was on mute. And we're just watching this thing play out. Buffalo right 7 heaven. They actually ran the same play twice in a row. People forget that. But then just seeing Diggs catch it on the sideline. And the first thing was get out of bounds, because the Vikings were only down 24-23. I mean, a field goal would have won it, and Kai Forbath just drilled a 48-yarder, which he doesn't get enough credit for, one of the previous drives. But the first thing was for Diggs to get out of bounds, but then you realize that Williams took a terrible angle, went for the tackle, and everything was wide open behind him. And then you just see Stephon just glide all the way through to end zone, and it was just amazing, man. It was absolutely amazing. And as a Vikings fan, you're looking for, where's the flag? Did the Saints call a timeout? All that stuff, and all the angles from the stadium. especially the ground level one from the end zone that which Diggs is running to, which is great. Like, you hear the delay. So Diggs catches it, and then there's probably like a full second delay before the crowd just really gets into it. Now, yes, it is the sound travels slower than light, that whole thing. But I like to think that it's the Vikings fans were like, wait a minute, good things don't happen to us. Because we were still like, the Vikings had less than a 0.5% chance of winning this game. And, the Vikings blowing a 17-point halftime lead at home and just like, oh, here we go again with Zimmer, blah, 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 blah. But it was amazing. Like, it was a great, awesome moment. Even though the capacity of U.S. Bank Stadium is like 60,000, there's probably like 2 million people who say that they were there. I feel like most people were. But it was just a great singular moment. But I feel like a little bit of the luster is worn off because of what happened directly after. But it was a great moment for Diggs, a great moment for Keenum. Joe Buck trying to make it a redemptive moment. Diggs sideline touchdown, blah blah blah. But also stupid ass Sean Payton cramming up your cram hole, LaFleur. It was good. It was good, man. Yeah. But your thoughts are thoughts. Minneapolis Miracle, 6 years ago today. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But next time, Skol, production value.